In this video, I want to show you how to put in the sleeve on the Cora. So as you can see, I've already done the sewn in the basting stitches, and I've already sewn the shoulder seam and also the side seam on the Cora. So let's start putting those two pieces together. Of course, you'll want to match up your two back notches, the triangles, and then the one triangle on the front. So just make sure that the seams match up first. I like to pin those underneath, and then I like to do, remember that center dot that you marked with the blue pin that goes at the shoulder. So we'll go ahead and pin that to the shoulder seam. All right, so now there's a little bit of course, ease that we want to go ahead and pin around the arm sky. Just want to do that a little carefully, easing it in. So I like to kind of start at the bottom there. Sometimes you'll just want to, use your basting stitches a little bit and ease that. And just take your time with this. This is not, sometimes it can take a little bit of time, sometimes it doesn't. But I've known that you just want to take your time. Just don't be in a rush. And those sleeves really can look wonderful. So we're gonna gather this a tiny bit more. We don't want any gathers or puckers on the inside, like where the stitching line is gonna be, which is right at the 1/2 inch mark. So that's where you're gonna stitch. We don't want any puckers right there. But we do want to ease in because the sleeve needs ease. A sudden sleeve needs ease to move those arms around. So we want to make sure that it has that. So I like to just keep on pinning. Sometimes it can seem redundant, but I feel like the more pins that I use, it just kind of secures those, the puckers, like makes it so that there's no puckers. Let's say it that way. Okay, so, all right. So now you'll see that the sleeve, do you see the little ripples right there? You can see ripples. That is great. That's what you want. But then there's no ripples on, of course, the blouse. And then what we want to do, that might be a starting of a ripple right there. So let's go ahead and just put an extra pen right there. What we'll want to do is go with your thumbs. You can just kind of go along the stitching line, which of course your basting stitch is 3/8 of an inch, so you're going to stitch, a little bit further on to the 1/2 inch. And I am getting that I'm not going to have any puckers, so we're just going to go ahead and start. All right, and what you might want to do also is while you're sewing, you can, if there's any potential tucks or puckers, you just want to ease those out as well. I want to take my pins out that I've already sewn through. Sometimes these pins will want to come out. Just put them back in. And just go slow around here. Make sure underneath you keep on laying that fabric flat underneath because you don't want it to be puckered underneath as well. that looks like that might be a little potential pucker, so we're gonna take that out. I'm gonna take this pin out right there. Oops. All right. Getting here to the end. Back stitching it to secure the threads, cutting them off. All right, taking out your pins. And then going around the seam, that might have been a little bit of a tuck, but you can kind of spread it within the stitching. Oh, there's a little bit of a tuck right there. If that happens, you can sometimes spread it out like I just did with the stitching, or you can seam rip it out and re-sew that. It's not a problem. All right, that looks really good to me. So I'm going to now turn it on the other side, and there you have it. No tucks, no puckers. It's all set in. Great job.